Hello everybody, this is Coach Joey Brockoff, and welcome to This Week in Slidell. Let's start off at the volleyball courts. The First Baptist Eagles volleyball team, they defeated the School of the Deaf 3-0. They have 3 games this week coming up. They will travel to Pine, then they will host Pearl River, and on Thursday, they will travel to Homer Christian. The Pope John Paul Lady Jaguars, they traveled to Mount Carmel on Tuesday and will drop 3 close games. And then on Saturday, they traveled to the Dutchtown tournament and they had victories against Ascension Catholic and St. Martinville, but they dropped their games against Chalmette and Dutchtown. And the Lady Jaguars will return to action on Thursday when they will play in the volleyball game of the week against the North Shore Panthers. And speaking of the North Shore Panthers, they defeated Lakeshore this week 3-0 and took Hannon to 5 games, but dropped that match 3-2. And besides the game of the week versus Pope John Paul, they will also play Tuesday when they travel to Chappelle. And the Salmon Lady Spartans, they defeated Amite 3-1, and then they dropped all 3 games against Pearl River. They return to action on Tuesday when they will host Ecole Classique. On Wednesday, they travel to Covington, and on Thursday, they travel to East Jefferson. And the Slidell Lady Tigers had a tough week as they dropped all 3 games against Chalmette and all 3 games against SSA. They will look to bounce back this week when they host Fontainebleau on Tuesday and travel to Covington on Thursday. And now let's move on to the high school gridiron in our game of the week. North Shore hosting the Salmon Spartans. And it was North Shore with over 500 yards of offense en route to a 52-21 victory over Salmon. James Bridges scored 3 touchdowns. Donovan Wellbacker, he was responsible for 5 TDs and throwing for 311 yards. TJ Coleman added a touchdown, and Cohen Robotham was responsible for 2 touchdowns. And they look to keep it going Friday night when they will host the Haughtonville Tigers. And the Salmon Spartans will host the Bogalusa Lumberjacks. The same Bogalusa Lumberjacks that Slidell played this week, with Slidell coming away with the 24-18 victory. Slidell opened up the scoring on their first drive when Luke Guidry hit Austin Bates for a 75-yard touchdown pass. And Austin Buell added a 28-yard field goal to put the Tigers up 17-12. But the Bogalusa Lumberjacks came back and with 3:44 left on the clock, scored a touchdown to go up 18-17. But the Tigers had one last drive in them as they drove all the way down the field, and with 24 seconds left on the clock, Kendall Carter with a 1-yard plunge to put the Tigers up 24-18. And the Tigers will return to action on Friday when they will host the Central Wildcats on their first game on the new turf at LV McGinty Stadium. And the Pope John Paul Jaguars were shut out by St. Martin's 28-0, and they will travel to Del Cambre on Friday, kickoff at 7 o'clock. And now on to junior high football action in our game of the week. The Boyette Rebels hosting the Slidell Tigers, and it was overtime with Slidell coming away with a 28-22 victory. And both teams will return to action on Tuesday. Slidell will play the Mandeville Patriots at Lakeshore High School, and Boyette will host the Montleon Marlins at North Shore High School. And it was deja vu all over again Wednesday night when the St. Tammany Wildcats and the Mandeville Patriots went into overtime, with Mandeville winning 28-22. And the Wildcats will be back in action Tuesday night when they host the Fountain Hurricanes at Slidell High School. The Clearwood Cougars, they shut out Folsom 22-0. They return to action Wednesday night, 6 o'clock at North Shore when they host the 5th Ward Falcons. And that's all the action we got for this week. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and this is Coach Joey Brockhoff, and I'll see you at the ballpark.